A fire in a holiday home for disabled people in eastern France has killed at least 9 people. And at least 50 people have been injured after a large explosion at an optics factory northeast of Moscow. That's the latest feature story news. Simon Gaitan reporting.
You're listening to
Northern Light Public Radio
on 102.7
KCHW. Tooele!
Good morning, it's KCHW Morning Show. We got Wednesday here with Scott and Chuck. How you doing today, Scott?
I am doing good. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in Maine. We're just getting drenched, like on the edge of that big storm that came up the East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
And just crazy amounts of rain. At one point, it was like 40-mile-an-hour winds and sideways rain mixed with marble-sized hail.
Wow.
Yeah, even the raindrop, I was trying to put down some umbrellas because it came in so fast. Even the raindrops hurt when they hit you.
Wow.
So,
Now
pretty fun.
I'm just picturing you now, though, with great big cartoon eyes and a big bushy tail.
We could probably work that out before the end of the show.
I believe that's the new Maine state animal.
What, me?
Yeah, you with a bushy tail?
Yes.
You're so cute.
It's like an ugly squirrel.
Dear God, what is that thing?
All right. Looks like you guys might have some rain this morning, too, or at least a chance of it. Is anything happening, Chuck?
You know, I had a few drops on my car when I came out this morning. I'm not sure if it was rain or if it was the sprinklers, though.
Oh, that's so sad.
But it didn't leave drops on my car, so I'm assuming it was rain.
Okay. All right. So they are saying that definitely today you do have a chance of rain. So at least in the morning hours. Look, you do have some clothes out there. I'm looking at the there's some darker ones too. So maybe you'll get lucky and have a little. It says showers early, then partly cloudy for the afternoon with highs around 85. You do have a 40% chance of rain. I hope you get it.
I hope so.
Partly
Too.
cloudy, stray shower or thunderstorm tonight with an overnight low of 54. On to Thursday, 85, a mostly sunny day. 53 for an overnight low. Friday right now, sunny, 88 and 54. Temperatures climbing. Saturday, 92, partly cloudy. Sunday, 96, partly cloudy. Looking at Monday right now, pushing close to 100 at 98 degrees. And it looks beginning of the week that heat wave will stay with you and cool off into the mid-80s by midweek next week. So
I hope it cools. I thought we were done with this stuff, Scott.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
guess
You do have something cool coming up, though. We all do. And we'll slide this right in with weather. We talked about it last week, and that's the Perseid meteor shower peaking this weekend. All right. It's one of the most dazzling meteor showers in the northern hemisphere. Becomes more visible in the night sky this weekend. It always peaks in the middle of August, considered to be one of the best meteor showers of the year, according to NASA. And they say Perseid meteors are remnants of a comet called Swift-Tuttle that only orbits the sun once every 133 years. As they streak through the Earth's atmosphere, the meteors often leave long periods of light and colors behind them. Perseids are also known for their fireballs, which are larger explosions of light and color that remain in the sky for much longer than an average meteor strike. Now, what is a meteor, Chuck?
A meteor is a floating rock through space, Scott. Flying,
It is. It is exactly a rock.
flying very, very fast.
Yes.
Yeah, not floating.
Leftover comet particles and broken asteroids. Comets tend to leave a dusty trail behind them as they loop around the sun, and Earth comes into contact with the leftover comet debris as it makes its way around the sun as well. Best time to catch the meteor shower. You can see them anytime between July 14th and September 1st, but it is expected to peak this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So 3 days and some nicer weather. So you guys have a good chance of seeing those as well. Best views are from midnight to sunrise, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You know, going back to the weather, I would like to take credit for the rain on Sunday that we got.
And how is that your responsibility?
Because we packed our lawn chairs in the car and our blankets and our snacks, and we went to the drive-in theater.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I remember
so-
you were going to do that. You saw it. How was the Meg 2?
It was hilarious. It was exactly everything I wanted it to be.
Excellent.
There were times when the whole entire theater, everyone there was just howling, laughing at this ridiculous movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was everything I wanted it to be. It wasn't supposed to be a comedy, but it totally was. Yeah, it was hilarious.
All
Loved
right.
it.
Let's see. Before we get into some news headlines this morning, I've got some things that I found online. These were quotes of things that people have overheard. Okay?
Oh,
It comes from basically a TikTok site called Overheard Law. Right? So this is a group of friends tightly gathered for a selfie when one person says, "Whatever filter that is, I hate it." And that's when the friend says, "That's not a filter, honey. That's reality."
oh, that's just your face, Scott.
Just your face. Oh. Right, I really liked this one. A TSA agent speaking slowly. "Do not remove your electronics or things in your bag. Hold the pass and come towards me. We're not being condescending. It's both Coachella and 420. So a lot of people are needing us to speak slowly."
Bye-bye now.
All right. Here's a customer. Somebody standing in line in a store. Here's a customer say, "Hi, my name is Bree." And the cashier says, "Bree, like the cheese? Nice to meet you. I'm Mason, like the jar."
Oh, that's sweet.
All right. Everything's politically corrected, like way over the top, right? So there's somebody overheard this conversation. It says, "We can't gaslighting anymore. It's not environmentally friendly. So we're windmilling."
I prefer the term solar paneling. Thank you very much.
All right. We're solar paneling you.
Yes.
We're solaring you.
Yeah.
All right, here's an overheard conversation. "We should grab coffee soon." "Well, I'm full at the moment when it comes to friends, but if someone betrays me, I'll hit you up."
Oh. You know, I actually ran into someone that I knew from high school once who turned out they lived just down the street from me. So I was like, "Oh, hey, let me give you your number. You know, I'll give you a call sometime. We'll hang out." And he's like, No, I have enough friends already. Thank you."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you. You don't have any friends.
Well, you know, at least he was honest up front, you know. So there was that.
Like being mean and breaking your heart later.
Right. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty.
Wow, that's a harsh one.
I'm not interested in being your friend.
Oh, that's so sad.
Right?
All right, moving on to a few memos, headlines. We'll just do some headlines because I think some of them are just enough. Secret memo that laid out strategy to overturn Biden's win has been revealed. Apparently, the House Committee's Capitol riot investigation did not uncover the memo, but now prosecutors have. I'll look forward to that one to be hitting the screens today. Also, one lucky player. It's been growing since, let's see, they said mid-April. One lucky player won $1.58 billion Mega Million jackpot.
Please don't say my name over the air, Scott.
Wow. His name is Chuck Ritchie.
Yeah, no, it's not.
He'll be buying all of us something soon.
I wish.
All right. Even more allegations, if you're interested in it, against Lizzo for body shaming people. I still can't. I've read every story that pops up because she's a rather big woman, and most of or in fact, all the women that are always on stage with her. Shaming them. Was she saying you're not big enough? I want to know, but they won't say it in any story. I want to know exactly how she was body shaming.
I read a story where she actually fired somebody for gaining weight.
What?
Yeah, and she told, You know, and it's weird because she's such an advocate for body positivity. It's weird that she would be doing this, you know?
Yes. Wow. All right, maybe the tour bus reached its weight limit.
Oh.
Sorry. Wrong. I'm stuck in the 80s. I still do bad jokes.
Hail to the king,
Thank
baby.
you.
You know when you tell a joke and it makes your own face turn red, Scott? That's,
You shouldn't have said it. I've embarrassed myself again by being a jerk. I think being a bigger person, a stoutly person, I can do that, though. I mean, I make fat jokes about myself all the time.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, do I still
All right.
do I still get the right? I mean,
Say what?
Do I still get the right? I don't think I do. I feel weird making. I don't think I can make fat jokes.
No, you're way too skinny. I don't even think you have a belly anymore, do you?
It's coming back. It's coming back, Scott. It's making a comeback.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're fattening him up.
Yeah.
It's all that time he's spending in the new chair.
Right. It's all the
Yes.
it's all the cheap snacks I eat while I'm here.
All right. So in other news, Beyond Meat. Have you tried it?
I have.
right.
It's just stop. Just stop with that, and just make food that's good if you're a vegan.
Over the past quarter, the company, which took off with a boom, was going to be like the golden child for fake meat, they have lost 2/3 of their income. Apparently, the fad is over. And when I clicked on the story to find out more about it, what I was really surprised about is I don't know how I missed the story, but last year the top executive of Beyond Meat was arrested for sinking his teeth into another man during a road rage incident in Arkansas. Douglas Ramsey, chief operating officer of Beyond Meat, later pleaded guilty to punching the motorist and biting him on the nose. Confrontation took place in a car park following an American football game after Ramsey accused the victim of bumping one of the tires on his SUV.
Wow.
So for a company dedicated to weaning people off meat, it's hard to think of a more unfortunate bit of publicity than one of the top bosses trying to take a bite out of a potential customer.
Wow. So not a vegan then.
No.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, at least not after that incident. They say once they have the taste of blood.
You can never control them again after that. Wow.
I'm waiting with bated breath for the rest of the story to come out, but big picture, and it looks awesome. A 2006 Toyota Corolla in the second story of a house, and I thought, it must have come off an overpass or something like that. Nope, police are believing this was on purpose because the person used a culvert, so it must have been a large culvert to fit a Toyota Corolla. Mm-hmm. That was at an angle in the ground where you could enter it at the bottom, at the low end, and come out the top at just such an angle that the person was able to clear all the cars in the driveway and launch their house into the second story. The good thing about this story is no one got hurt.
Wow.
But the picture's great with this Corolla stuck in a house. Yeah,
wow.
So I'm looking for more on that one when we figure out what it is. New COVID variant, EG5. EG5. Write that one down in your list of COVID variants. That's my only advice for
my list is full.
Your list is full.
I have no room for no more of those in my life. Like Friends.
Don't care. I think everybody's kind of the way we put it in. Don't care. Oh, there's a new one? Okay. I'm just not going to, kiss anybody.
Right.
All right.
Any news about this one? Is it less? Because they seem to be getting less powerful as they go on.
They are.
Which is kind of what
it is. But it is spreading. It's accounting for like 17% of all new cases, and it seems to be an easy spreader. So,
of course,
I know a lot of states are saying COVID numbers are ticking up. All right. On Yahoo this morning, it was a thing about. It said one sentence to ask at the end of every job interview that will help you nail the job. So out of curiosity, I'm not looking to work, but I was curious. So I clicked on it, and it is actually beautiful. This is probably the best question to ask at the end of any interview because it'll kind of tell you where you're at in the possibility of getting the job. Mm-hmm. And if they kind of like in the back of their head thought, I'm not going to hire a person, this question will help you maybe find out what their points are where they're maybe not considering you and give you an opportunity to refute those. And the question is there anything standing in the way of you hiring me?
Oh.
I think that's a great last question in an interview. Is there anything standing in the way of you hiring me? Because if they have a couple objections, then there's your chance to overturn those.
Oh, wow. Well, in a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't ask you that question before I got this job, Scott. Because then you would have brought out the list.
Chuck, you never even had an interview.
No, that's true. I interviewed every morning for 4 years, Scott.
You did. You were already in the loop, and nobody wanted it, Chuck.
Yeah, that was pretty much my only qualification. Yeah.
Actually, we were having a board meeting, and we said, where are we going to find somebody simple enough to do this?
Right? Somebody gullible enough to think this is a good idea.
Yes, and that's when Diane Evans said,
would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be
That's me.
angry. Abby someone.
and that's Diane.
Abby someone. Abby who? Abby normal.
And that's me.
All right. I'm actually impressed of all the things that you've figured out with little or nothing from Scott.
Aw. Well, people always ask me what I do, and I say I'm a tinkerer. I tinker.
A tinkerer.
I don't always fix things, but I do tinker. And most of the time, things end up working at the end.
And you solved several things. I wish I would have forwarded it to my email so I could pull it up on the screen and show people. You got a donation from the Chihuahua Center for the Arts, correct?
Correct, yes. We got curtains, black curtains to go behind the seating. And then on top of that, for the hardware to hang those were donated by SETI's Hardware.
Nice. Look at you work it out.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And also, I didn't realize, so we have 2 sets of windows in here. I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm telling the story anyway. They said when they came to measure, we only have enough fabric for this one set of this one set of windows. And I didn't think about it because there was just a pile of there, and I didn't open them up until I started hanging them. There's enough curtains for both sets of windows, Scott.
Nice. That is going to be so nice when we get back to doing little mini shows, or where we have a band come in and we can let a few people come in and sit and watch them while we're recording them and stuff like that. It's just going to be really nice when that happens in the day that you can dark out the room and take full advantage of lights and stuff.
Yep.
So, very cool.
Yeah, and that'll help with the acoustics in here too.
Oh, yeah. So basically, our little mini theater has been totally put together by the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. There
yes, very much so.
Thank you very much. So nice of them. And the beautiful chairs that they were unable to use and giving them to us because we had all that extra space. That's totally awesome. Not to say when they said, hey, can you store these upstairs for a few years, that I didn't think maybe there's a chance I'd end up with those chairs.
Well, on top of that, they're going to be heading up our live show series, our radio play series.
I can't wait for that to
starting with the Christmas play this year.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Have you guys made a decision whether you'll be streaming those live or just recording them? Or
I plan to stream them live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends. We have limited seating, so that could be a good thing. But maybe you could do something. Now, this is kind of tricky. Okay. And people might say, boo, Scott. But what you could do is put tickets up for sale, generate some funds for the public radio station, and do a promise that if the show sells out, we'll broadcast it live. If not, you'll have to wait for the rebroadcast. Ooh. That's what I did with a lot of the shows because of course, when you're doing a fundraiser, you want warm butts in the seats. So we would never, when we were doing the mini concerts, we would never stream them live, but we would post them after the fact and then replay it on the radio as well. So
you heard it here, guys. This is what we're doing.
Go.
Yeah,
it's an idea. It's an idea. All right.
Also, we're gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say also we will be at the Friday market this Friday, doing some live broadcasting, and entering a boat into the Great Zucchini Regatta.
Yay!
Yes.
Yay!
The legendary event that is the Chihuahua Farmers Market Zucchini Regatta.
All right. Well, if you need some help with getting that on the air, let me know, and I'll make some time for you, John.
Oh, I need help.
All right. There's some trick. We used to try to broadcast live using, because we couldn't afford a remote broadcasting equipment. It's about 10 grand for what they call a Marty unit to go out on location.
Right.
So I would use a combination of Magic Jack and internet to broadcast live. But now you can basically set up a Zoom meeting and just log into one of the computers and run the radio station and do it through Zoom. It makes a live broadcasting because you don't even need internet. You just need a phone.
That's what we're doing here right now with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So easy.
Yeah.
So easy. All right. Although we're cheating, we're both using studios. More news. Some people might boo me for this, and I realize he's in the bottom of the polls. And to some people who think of me as a lefty might frown at me too. But I really like New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, former New Jersey governor. I like the things he says. Firing back today at Donald Trump after the former president attacked him over his weight. He said, Christie, he's eating right now. He can't be bothered. So Trump said.
Wow.
Then he pointed into a laughing crowd and said, don't call him a fat pig. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig. I think he just did.
Yeah.
Christie fired back yesterday on Twitter with a challenge. He said, if you had the guts, you'd show up to the debate and say it to my face.
Well,
I'm gonna give him a round of applause.
Yeah. For one, Trump is not the person.
And I'm going to go ahead and throw Trump on.
Wait.
I cut you off. I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Trump is not the person to be making fun of people for their weight. Those memes that have him as the muscle man, those are fake, people. Those are photoshopped.
I don't think he will show up to a debate, period. He says he's going to watch them to see who he might pick for vice president. But I don't think he will show up to a debate because I believe he's chicken, because he's got like 8 phrases that he just says. I mean, watch any clip of him. It's the same 8 things over and over about stolen elections and evil Bidens and, blaming Jack Smith and calling him names. I don't think he could actually formulate something that really deals with the nuts and bolts of, international politics even. Yeah, I don't think he's capable to do that.
He's a child. He has.
All right, I'll quit picking on him. Move along. He did say, I could have been relaxing at Mar-a-Lago or the south of France. This is a quote. I could have been relaxing at Mar-a-Lago or the south of France, which I would prefer to being in this country, frankly. And here's what I had to say after hearing that. You should go.
Go to France,
in fact, I will use my life savings to buy you a ticket. One way. All right.
Wow.
Somebody else posted this morning that they've came up with a surefire way to keep anybody. They use some not nice language in the story. I'm not going to reuse it, calling mega people names, and I don't want to call anybody really names unless I'm joking. But it says this is actually taken, and this could be used against several, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and more. No person shall be a senator. This is from Section 3 of the 14th Amendment of the United States of America. No person shall be senator or a representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same. Now, you might kind of go, well, he wasn't in the insurrection, if you're referring to President Trump. It's the last phrase. Or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof.
Right.
And I would say promising to what do you call that when the president, they always do it at the end of the things when they let everybody off scot-free? Pardon.
Oh, pardon, yeah.
With the president promising, with Trump promising to pardon January 6th insurrectionists if he is reelected, that's giving aid or comfort to the enemies.
100%.
So there you go. All right. In our Constitution. There you go. I know a lot of people like that. There you go. Another shocking story today. Anheuser-Busch Oh, man. Their profits are tumbling. The boycott goes on. This is ridiculous. One of America's major company. This week, they've sold a bunch of their stuff. That's right. It's a flea market at Anheuser-Busch. Yesterday, they sold the following brands: Shock Top, Breckenridge Brewery, Blue Point Brewing Company, 10 Barrel Brewing Company, Red Hook, Widmer Brothers Brewing, Square Mile Cider Company, and Highball Energy. All got sold off this week.
Wow.
From Anheuser-Busch, trying to recoup some of their losses from this boycott. All right.
Wow.
That's the end of what?
I heard they have some good chairs at their yard sale, too. A couple of tables, an old TV. Yeah.
I saw the craziest yard sale was back in 2008 as the bottom was falling out of everything. Before the car manufacturers had to be bailed out, it was the RV industry, and they weren't getting bailed out by the federal government. But I lived in a town that had 12 RV manufacturers, and by the time the recession was over, they were down to 2. And what happened is those other RV companies would buy up all the defunct ones just to have their in name only.
Yeah.
So about more than half of the RVs come out of the area around now. Come out of a plant that makes the foremost in Gulfstream. They just slap a bunch of different names on them. But Gulfstream almost, went financially, I don't want to say bankrupt, but was in financial straits. And they filled up their parking lot with flatbeds of everything you would need to put an RV together.
Wow. Isn't
And it was ridiculous.
Isn't that Elkhart, Indiana, where most of the RVs are made? Yeah.
Yep. Elkhart and Napanee. And it was crazy, like a flatbed of $5,000 leather sofas that would go like in a RV bus, So I bought one for my $1,500 motorhome. Had the sweetest leather couch in it.
Living in luxury. I love it. I love it. Well, the price of RVs has gone up so much over the last 10 years, probably. It's insane. You can buy a house for about the same as you can buy these high-end RVs for now. It's crazy.
What I've always wanted is the Class B, the van that's turned into a RV with the raised top, and those are even more expensive than some RVs.
Yeah, those are the most expensive kind. Well, they're more fuel efficient, and they're designed better, and they're better use of space.
All right, quote for the day: "I'm not quitting. I'm just taking a break from working. I just really feel like my body deserves a work cleanse." That's good. All right, let's move on to bits and breaks this morning. Excuse me. I will start it off with 4 things you didn't know yesterday. Great Pyramid of Giza was the tallest man-made structure for 3,800 years until the completion of the Lincoln Cathedral in England in the 14th century. The roar of a lion can be heard up to 5 miles away. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Some birds, like an Arctic tern, migrate over 25,000 miles a year, the equivalent of circling the Earth.
Wow. Active little guys.
All right, so we've got the hummingbirds here, and I was wondering, hummingbirds have to migrate, obviously. Where do they go? How come you never see like a whole flock of hummingbirds?
Someone should answer that in the comments on Facebook.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
We have to know.
And much like me, an ostrich eye is bigger than its brain. Why are you laughing, Chuck?
I don't know.
All right, funny guy, bring us today's quick joke.
Yeah, so there was a little kid who had a bad habit of sucking his thumb. His mom finally told him if he didn't stop sucking it, he'd go bald. 2 weeks later, his dad had some friends over, and the boy pointed to the bald guy and said, "Aha! I know what you've been doing." That wasn't the best joke. I'm sorry, everybody.
End of the summer barbecue tip: marinating steaks in wine makes them tender. Marinating guests in wine makes them ignore the fact that you burn their steaks.
Exactly.
Right. And Chuck is a man of fun. Here he comes with bizarre deaths.
So much fun. Ooh, this one is fun. An Egyptian pharaoh named Menes was carried off and killed by a hippopotamus.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Are they in Egypt? They must have been imported. American sea captain John Kedrick died in 1794 when a cannonball fired from a ship struck him directly.
Ooh. Ooh,
that
don't
seems-
play catch with cannonballs. I got it.
It seems like that would be a common occurrence back then. I don't know. Isn't that just what people did? Roam around shooting cannonballs at each other? That's what I imagine.
You be right, Chuck.
I be thinking, yeah. Henry I of England supposedly died after eating too many lampreys. The eel. The lamprey eel. Okay. What? Okay. A man in Japan named Goro Ito died after his pet hamster bit him.
No way.
Yeah, the autopsy on Goro showed that he had died after a reaction to the protein in the hamster.
Oh.
So he was allergic to the hamster, basically.
All right. Wow. So glad I don't eat hamsters.
Right?
All right. Guide for college freshmen. This is a Chicago Sun-Times contributor. Roger Roper once wrote a guide for college freshmen. First thing he says, you can never have enough toilet paper. Hoard extra rolls whenever you can, and don't tell anybody about it, especially your roommate.
Yes. Get the good stuff, too.
Uh-huh. When you head to your first spring break, a TV crew or a YouTuber urges you to lift up your shirt. Just remember, that video will last forever. You could be running for Congress someday, and they'll still be slowing slow motion footage of you sticking your tongue out and flashing your assets.
That's why I can never run for Congress, Scott. Too
Chuck.
many videos out there of me flashing my goods.
I'm so lucky I grew up in an era before the smartphone. All right. Don't kid yourself. That Monday, Wednesday, Friday class that starts at 8 a.m., bad idea.
Really bad. I did that, and I never showed up.
I had a broadcast, and this is just cruelty. I had a broadcast law class that was so boring. I would literally, and it was at 7 a.m., maybe 7:20, something like that. It was so boring you would fall right asleep. And it's a law class, and all the tests are essay questions. And I was not doing well. And that was back in the days of Jolt Cola. So on my way to school, I got in the habit I'd have to stop and get a donut and drink 1 or 2 Jolt Colas to stay awake from, bless her heart, her monotone law class where she lectured the entire hour. Could you imagine going to a lecture first thing in the morning, 7 a.m., 5 days a week?
I'm not a soda drinker, but I would drink Jolt Cola if they brought it back. I love that stuff. That was so good. I had one of those morning classes, too, that I took. It was like 1 day a week at 7 a.m. You know what class that was?
What's that?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I never went.
I thought you were going to say PE.
I knew there was a class in there somewhere, but I never went. So, yeah.
I don't blame you. That doesn't even sound fun at all.
No.
All right.
Tattoos.
Oh, so we got a question on here. I was checking Facebook real quick to see what people are saying this morning. Sharon said, maybe you said it before, but I turned you on. Where's Mike Bentz? And Mike is fully retired. Fully retired. But he has said he will fill in. So we'll have Mike back again. We miss Mike. Thank you, Mike Bentz, if you're listening. He was checking on us for a few Wednesday in a row, and now he's even stopped checking on us.
He doesn't even care about it anymore. I thought we had something special, Mike. He's probably listening. He is.
We'll see. All right, where I left off, tattoos of school mascots. This is for people going back to college. Don't do it. Wait until your sophomore year, just in case year one doesn't go as you planned.
That's a good idea.
Nobody cares if you cut class. It isn't high school. Don't go to class just means that you or your parents are paying major dough for you to sleep in. Think about how dumb that is when you skip that class, Chuck.
Right?
You said you did it. You already admitted to it.
Those were jokes for radio, Scott.
Oh, okay. Not true then.
Those are just jokes. Totally not true.
All right. And last one is tip was college is a crash course in the rest of your life. So don't just attend, excel. All right.
No. I did make a difference in my college. The last time I checked, it was probably been about 10, 15 years or so ago now, but incoming freshmen still get the letter that I wrote to the admissions board after the first time I got kicked out.
What was that letter?
As an example of how not to behave your freshman year. And
do you remember any of the highlights of that letter?
It was just the board, actually, this whole entire school board, that I had to meet before, they praised me for my well-written letter, and they said it was the best written example they had ever seen of how not to do your freshman year in college. And it was very well articulated, and they thanked me for it and said new students every year will get this letter as part of their incoming freshman packet as an example of what not to do and have a good life, but just not here.
So did you have to write the letter because you were in trouble? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I did. It was my readmission application to get back into school.
We don't want you, but we love what you wrote.
Yeah. Well, they let me back in that time, but then the next time they were like, nah. Nah.
Wow, Chuck. Wow, you must have been really naughty.
These people are nuts!
All right, Chuck.
I was the son of a police chief, so I had to act out.
You were young.
I was, and very, very dumb. Very dumb.
All right, Chuck's going to deliver this very fun game to me. It's called Would You Rather?
Scott?
Yes.
Would you rather gain an arm or lose an arm?
Gain an arm or lose an arm? I'm thinking about it because one doesn't work very well. I would sooner gain one arm, but I'm not quite sure where I'd put it.
That question has some filters that need to be added to that one.
I'm not, there's so many jokes going through my mind. Like I'd put it like where a tail would go, so I could slap people when they sneak up behind me.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop now. So, would you rather the end of the world come from a super volcanic eruption, alien invasion, zombie apocalypse, or a meteor strike?
I'm going to go with alien invasion.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate? Why is that?
I just, out of all those, I think that would be the funnest, and maybe you'd get lucky and you could hide and they didn't find you.
Well, they're aliens and their technology is probably far superior than ours, so chances of them not finding you are probably pretty slim.
Yeah, but we already know you can wrap yourself in tinfoil and they can't find you.
Oh, true. Yeah. No match for that. Or water. They're usually, how many movies have they been not immune to water?
Yeah. So we're like a zombie apocalypse. Anytime you want to come out, you're going to have to be super worried about getting bit, and that would just be a horrible way to go, I think. Volcanic eruption, no more sun, that's horrible.
Right.
Meteor strike, that could do the same thing, like when they supposedly extincted the dinosaurs. So yeah, I'm sticking with alien invasion. I think that's my best chance.
Okay, I can see that. I think a zombie apocalypse would be slow and terrifying and painful at times, especially after getting bit and all that. But alien, well, I guess maybe the aliens would do it nice and painless. They'd have their little rays that poop and you're gone.
Well, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to want my DNA.
Right. I was thinking meteor strike because it would be really fast, but I guess maybe not. It might just, yeah. Anyway, moving on. What would you rather be immune to? Caffeine, nicotine, G-force, sugar, or alcohol?
Immune to.
Mm-hmm.
G-force sounds cool, but I'm never going to fly.
Right.
I mean, like that. Nicotine. See, nicotine, by itself probably isn't that bad. It's the smoking and vaping of it that's dangerous. Mm-hmm. So being immune to nicotine would do no good.
Right.
Now if they said cigarettes, maybe I'd reevaluate if I could be immune to cigarettes and smoke forever, because smoking was kind of fun. Let's see. I still miss it. Alcohol, 16%. I'm going to go with sugar because I could eat anything I want and not have to worry about being diabetic.
Exactly. What would be the point of being immune to alcohol?
Yeah.
I mean,
you can drink as much as you want and never be a jerk. What fun would that be?
Right? God, yeah. Never make an idiot of yourself at parties? God. Never get kicked out of college 3 times? Come on.
Yeah. Did those 3 kicked out of college things involve alcohol, Chuck?
Possibly.
All right.
I don't remember. I was drunk at the time.
I'm going to play this for you just in case.
Hail to the king, baby.
There you go.
One of them did involve a police chase in a stolen car through the middle of campus in full drag. I'll just say that. That was the final straw.
This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
It was okay, though. It was my roommate's car. I was just taking it back, but the police disagreed.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Does that involve jail time?
No, they didn't press charges.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So that was
That's a nice roommate.
That was nice. Well, and the school didn't press charges for the property damage either. So, yay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. All right. Let's see what other kind of trouble we can get him into.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right. Starting off with trivia, Chuck.
I'm ready.
First one. Before the internet and smartphones, the average American household had 16 of these. All right. And they're in the kitchen.
16 of these in the kitchen.
Think about it. Before the internet and smartphone apps, the average American household had 16 of these in the kitchen.
Cookbooks.
Yeah, good job. Each year in the U.S., approximately 80,000 people are bitten by what?
Bitten by dogs.
Bigger.
Oh, bitten by hippopotamuses.
Smaller.
Horses.
Smaller.
Smaller than a horse. Bigger than a dog. Smaller than a horse. And how many was it again?
80,000 people.
80,000 people. Something bigger than a dog. Smaller than
Yeah.
a human.
That is a human. There you
A
go.
human.
Just like that CEO, Mr. Ramsey from Beyond Meat.
That should have been my first choice, Scott.
That was going to be your hint. Think
know.
of the guy from Beyond Meat.
I know, right?
And Mike Tyson.
That's delicious. I can't do it.
Are you blushing? Because that was a bad joke.
That was bad. I should blush. But
All
I'm
right.
not.
Each of these three things, Chuck, has something in common. Tell me what it is, and you win big.
Okay.
Mars, Milky Way, Snickers.
Caramel.
Oh.
Or they're all made by the same company. They're actually just the evolution of the same candy bar.
What do they have in common?
What do they have? Are they all made by Mars?
No, they're candy.
Oh.
But I'll go ahead because I think Snickers has caramel, right?
Well, they're
Milky Way does not. That's nougat.
Oh, yeah. But they're
All
all
right.
they're all an evolution of the same candy bar. Yeah,
We're not splicing hairs here, Chuck.
Yeah.
Not happening. Okay. All right. Let's see. King, horseshoe, blue.
King, horseshoe, blue. My phone is ringing while I'm on the air. What's happening here? King, horseshoe, blue, right?
Yes.
All the name of the type of crabs.
It is type of crabs. Good job.
All right.
I'm going to be Harley Davidson.
Oh, you're breaking it. We're losing you, Scott. We're losing you.
I
Come
know. I
back.
just had a thing popped up that said my internet is fluctuating.
Oh.
Where's my internet? Honda, BMW, Harley Davidson.
Motorcycles.
An envious person, the Hulk, and a rookie.
Envious person. They're green.
They're green. Icebreakers, double mint, extra.
Gum.
There you go. Good job.
I think this is because of the writer's
Look how
strike, isn't
smart
it?
he is, ladies and gentlemen.
These are the easiest questions ever. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. Sport with the largest expenses, that's medical, legal, and others, due to injuries treated in the U.S. emergency rooms are, in no particular order, bicycling, football, and what's third?
Bicycling, football, and hockey.
No, you're a big fan of this.
I'm a big fan. Is it highlight?
No, you talk about it all the time, at least.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a sport?
Yeah, you're kind of giving it a plug.
Zucchini boat racing?
It's that noise nobody wants to hear. Pickleball.
Pickleball. Oh, pickleball. I would have never guessed that.
The surge of pickleball across the country has also a surge of noise complaints and lawsuits from people that live near pickleball courts.
Wow.
Because it's really loud.
Wow. Huh.
1915, doing this for just 1 minute would cost you almost $7.
1-900 call.
I'll give you that. It was a phone, but this is for you.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Yeah, it was to talk to someone long distance, coast to coast, $7
Oh,
for 1 minute.
wow. Oh, yeah, your internet was cutting out again at the beginning of that. I just heard
All right.
$7 a minute.
There's nothing
Call
I
now.
can do about that. There's a storm right now, so
okay.
it could have something to do with it. All right. Gets too rough, just leave me and play music. I'm used to it.
Or I could do like I did last week and just awkwardly end the show.
There.
Yeah. You know.
I felt left out, or like, yeah, we were missing something.
Oh, by the way, Scott's gone. That's our show, everybody. Good night.
Good night. All right, we're playing the phobia game, Chuck. I'm going to give you a phobia. You got in two choices. You pick one. Is limnophobia, Limno, is limnophobia the fear of oil or the fear of lakes?
I'm going to go with the fear of oil.
Sorry. Is carnophobia the fear of carnival rides or the fear of meat?
The fear of meat.
It is the fear of meat. Good job. Is astrophobia the fear of stars in space or the fear of fast-moving cars?
I believe stars in space.
That's a weird phobia to have, and you're exactly right. Is automasophobia the fear of being dirty or the fear of automobiles? You can do it!
That is the fear of being dirty.
Fear of being dirty. Who has that? Is genophobia the fear of books or the fear of sex?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Scott. Your internet's breaking up again.
Genophobia. Fear of books or fear of sex?
I'm going to go with the fear of books.
Oh, yeah, and you'd be wrong, Chuck.
Oh, I would be wrong. Okay, I was thinking like genealogy, weird.
The funniest thing is you should have known that one.
The problem is it's not me that has that problem. It's everyone else.
Oh, I get it. Is COPO, K-O-P-O, the fear of fatigue or the fear of brown objects?
I really want it to be the fear of brown objects, Scott.
It's not.
But I'm good. I was going to say it, but it's not. It's the fear of whatever the other thing was you said.
Fatigue. You're right. Good job. Way to change your mind, Chuck. That's most excellent. All right, we're working our way to an answer wrong and win and our break. Next trivia question. This Las Vegas staple is manufactured to a tolerance of 0.2 of an inch or about 1/17 the thickness of a human hair.
That would be a poker chip.
A what?
A poker chip.
No, sir.
No.
More important than a poker chip.
A deck of cards.
You don't need a deck of cards to be manufactured to a tolerance. Think of something else in the casino.
Slot machine?
No, we're looking for dice.
Dice. Oh, dice, yeah.
All right. Average person spends 182 hours a year doing what?
182 hours a year?
Yes.
Brushing your teeth.
You complain about having to do this.
I do. Waking up in the morning?
No.
Oh,
it happens outside.
Mowing the lawn.
Yeah, yard work. We'll take that.
Yes.
In 1973, Chuck, the state of Ohio became the first in the U.S. to post what along its interstate highways?
Speed limit.
Warm.
Warm.
Very warm.
Ooh. What's warmer than a speed limit sign?
How about a different type of speed limit?
The reduced speed limit?
The 55 it's another sign that be like the speed limit that you might always look for when you come off the off-ramp and get on the freeway.
An advisory speed limit? One of those with the yellow signs?
You're totally wrong. I said warm because you're looking at a sign.
Oh. An exit sign? An exit? number?
All right, so we know it's 1973. State of Ohio became the first in the U.S. to post what along its interstate highways? And I'll give you a big hint. It is a distance sign, but what was different in 1973?
Was it in? What is it? Was it metric?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See, you can lead DJ to water and make him drink.
I can. I might do it wrong.
Right.
I might spill on myself, though.
All right. Looking for the dumbest answer possible, we call it Answer Wrong and Win. First one, what do the following companies make? Ford, BMW, Audi, Nissan.
Those stickers that go on the bananas. Yeah.
What's the color of nearly every piece of equipment made by John Deere?
Pink.
Pink. I was going to say blood red from all the injuries on their hands.
Oh.
Name a vegetable that grows underground.
That would be the Labrador Retriever.
Oh, God. Here we go again. Dark alert.
Tell me something you might keep in a box.
You might keep in a what box?
Car's glove box.
A car's glove box. That would be my tax receipts.
Doesn't seem safe.
Actually,
There you
sometimes I
go.
do.
You did pretty good. There you go. Trivia with Chuck Ritchie.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
I've
you,
got
thank you.
news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
All right, we come back. We got today's odd news for you, some news and nuggets, and a little more fun. If you come back, it's KCHW 102.7.
It's 8:16.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chihuahua.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, August 9, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. On Tuesday, President Joe Biden announced the designation of a new national monument near the Grand Canyon. The latest move will conserve and protect nearly 1 million acres of Greater Canyon landscape, which holds sacred value to at least 12 native tribes and nations.
The Grand Canyon Tribal Coalition, made up of tribal members and environmental groups, was responsible for the monument proposal and had called on the president to use his authority under the Antiquities Act to protect the area's wildlife, geology, water, and cultural sites from mining activity. Biden also took the opportunity to tout his administration's conservation and climate resilience policies.
Help right the wrongs of the past and conserve this land of ancestral footprints for all future generations. Over the years, hundreds of millions of people have traveled the Grand Canyon, awed by its majesty, but fewer are aware of its full history.
This designation marks the fifth new national monument established by President Biden, and a recent poll shows 75% of Arizona voters support the creation of a Grand Canyon National Monument. This comes just months after the announcement of Aviquame National Monument in Nevada.
The Biden-Harris administration also announced $44 million to strengthen climate resilience in the national park system. Now from NBC News, the judge presiding over Donald Trump's election case has ordered attorneys from both sides to meet in court Friday to discuss proposed restrictions on what the former president can publicly disclose about evidence gathered in the investigation against him. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan had ordered special counsel Jack Smith's office and Trump's lawyers to pick a date on or before Friday for a hearing. It's now scheduled for 10 a.m. Friday. And the fallout continues from last week's decision by North Dakota regulators to deny a permit for a controversial regional pipeline project. Opponents in Minnesota want officials to take notice and pump the brakes on their consideration of the plan.
The project in question is from Summit Carbon Solutions, a private company that wants to build a multi-state pipeline. It would carry carbon emissions from ethanol plants to be stored underground in North Dakota. Since that state declined Summit's permit application, Maggie Schubert with Clean Up the River Environment says it makes no sense for Minnesota to be putting time and effort into a review right now.
And if there is no project there on the other side of the border, it seems rather absurd to, move this process forward and use government resources to do so.
The company says it plans to reapply for a North Dakota permit, but given the lengthy timeline and the Schubert feels the overall project isn't viable. Minnesota's Public Utilities Commission could not be reached for comment. I'm Mike Moen.
This is Public News Service. Workers at Austin-based YouTube Music recently won a second victory at the National Labor Relations Board.
Union organizers at YouTube Music, a streaming service owned by Google, are celebrating a decision by the NLRB, reaffirming that Google and Cognizant Technology Solutions are their joint employers. While workers are paid by Cognizant, the NLRB regional office in Texas found in March that Google exercises substantial direct and immediate control over employees' supervision, benefits, and hours of work. Google appealed the decision, and on July 19th, a three-member panel at the National NLRB refused to overturn the regional director's decision. Neil Gossel, a music generalist and member of the Alphabet Workers Union, says the decision has union members excited.
Everybody that I've talked to in the union, we were all very excited to hear that the national level of the NLRB upheld the regional decision. We all knew that it was kind of a tactic by Google to not have to come to the table.
In a statement, Google spokesperson Courtney Mancini said the company is not a joint employer and it disagrees with the NLRB decision, stating that Google, quote, does not control the employment terms or conditions of these Cognizant workers, end quote. Brett Pivito reporting.
Community colleges in Ohio pivoting with their degree and certificate offerings, that in order to stay relevant and try to keep people in local jobs.
President of Lorain County Community College, Marcia Ballinger, says in many cases, traditional factories that relied on manual labor are a thing of the past. Her college consulted with 80 regional employers before updating its curriculum to align with industry needs. Ballinger says new bachelor's, associate, and certificate programs are aimed at preparing students to work in micro-electromechanical fields.
We are not only helping to build that qualified workforce, but part of our moral imperative is moving students, moving our community up the socioeconomic ladder.
Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
A 2-year investigation by journalist Tina Vasquez found the H-2A program for guest farm workers is plagued by rampant allegations of wage theft, labor, trafficking, and abuse. Suzanne Potter has more in this Yes Magazine California News Service collaboration.
Statistics already show that farm workers are some of the lowest paid workers in the labor force. A large majority are Latino, mostly from Mexico, and 40% are undocumented. Vasquez thinks agricultural workers should be protected under the Fair Labor Standards Act.
agricultural workers don't have very basic things in place that we take for granted as American workers, like overtime pay, rest breaks, water, or shade breaks. These are still pretty basic things that they're fighting for.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here are some radio stations, big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. Back for our second half of the show with myself, Chuck Ritchie, and Scott Allen. Welcome
Thank
back,
you very
Scott.
much, Chuck. I'm going to roll out some celebrity birthdays. Chuck gets ready for our local ones.
Yeah.
First up today, David Steinberg, 81. Sam Elliott, 79. The funny thing is his mustache is 79 as well.
All the women love Sam Elliott. They love him.
I'd kill for that voice. Yeah. All right, Melanie Griffith, 66. Amanda Barris from Married with Children, 65. She was the neighbor. Rapper Curtis Blow is 64. Fashion designer Michael Kors is 64 today. Co-host Hoda, how do you say your last name?
It's Hoda.
Yeah, 59. Coda's 59. We'll just say Hoda, sorry. Deion Sanders, 56. Gillian Anderson from The X-Files, 55. Eric Bana from Star Trek and the Hulks, 55. Chris Como, 53. Ashley Johnson from What Women Want is 40. Dan Levy from, I'm not going to say it, is 40. And Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect and Twilight is 38. I almost said it. And Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise in the It remakes, 33.
Those are some good ones today. You know, and Gillian Anderson, she's like a fine wine. I just want to say, she gets. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's like this.
Hot.
Like it hot. Okay, how's that?
It's weird. As a youngster, when X-Files was on, I didn't see it, and now that she's older and she's actually started using her British accent, I think is what it is. Really, kind of brings it out. Yeah. So for our local birthdays today, man, we've got a bunch of them today. We have Quentin Smith, Aaron Graybeal, James Culverwell, Mackenzie Stout have birthdays. Then Paul and Carmen Hartill and Bob and Shelley Beto have anniversaries today. I'm sorry. And I'm just now realizing when I did my announcements yesterday, I announced these names instead of yesterday's names. So I will make amends.
They got double.
They got doubled, and people yesterday, I believe, got skipped. So I will fix that today.
All right. Actually went to high school with Paul and Carmen. Congratulations, you guys, and everybody on the list. Happy birthdays all the way around. If you see them around town, point and laugh. Tell them we were talking about them on the radio.
Ha.
Right, a little bit of history. We call it happened today, and we'll start off in 1936. It was the Olympics in Berlin, Germany, and Jesse Owens won his fourth gold medal, becoming the first American to win 4 medals in one Olympic game. It was 1936. On to 1944, United States Forest Service and the Wartime Advertising Council released posters featuring Smokey the Bear for the first time. Only you. All right, 1974, as a result of the Watergate scandal, Richard Nixon became the first president of the United States to resign. His vice president, Gerald Ford, became president after that. And since then, we've had quite a few that should have resigned. For various things.
Yeah, definitely more than one.
1991, during a barnyard scene in Indiana, director Penny Marshall temporarily halted filming the movie A League of Their Own when a cow went into labor.
Wow. That's interesting.
You think you could work that into the show,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a cool scene.
It was 1995. While he was undergoing drug rehab, Grateful Dead leader Jerry Garcia passed away of a heart attack at age 53. All right, 1999, 14-year-old Ryan Tripp of Beaver, Utah, finished mowing the lawn at the Hawaii State Capitol and announced his retirement. He had mowed the lawns at all 50 state capitals except Alaska, where the capital had no lawn, so he mowed at the governor's house.
That's cool. At 14, I mean, to be able to accomplish something that's an impressive accomplishment by 14.
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
I mean, if you consider like what I accomplished at 14, you know, which was nothing.
Let's see, 2012, Usain Bolt became the first person to win the 100-meter and 200-meter sprint in the back-to-back Olympics. 2017, giant inflatable chicken resembling Donald Trump was placed outside the White House as a political protest. He said the other day he'd sooner be living in France. Yeah. Okay.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Be our guest.
2021, a herd of 14 elephants returning home from a 300-mile trek across China led authorities to evacuate 150,000 people out of their paths.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. 2012, video of a Little Leaguer consoling a pitcher that was hit in the head went viral. A feel-good moment happened at the Little League World Series Southwest Regional Tournament Championship games.
Oh. Was it a feel-good moment, the consoling, or the feel-good moment when the pitcher got hit in the head? Because that's sending some mixed signals here.
I always loved, when you take those shots, they get of like fake ones, not people really getting hurt. But you remember Toonces the cat from Saturday Night Live?
I don't.
Toonces could drive a car.
No.
The cat that could drive a car. Okay, so you can watch this if you've got what is it on? It's on Peacock. Saturday Night Live. You can go back through all their history of videos. They have several Toonces ones. They did a primetime special, and throughout the entire movie, Jim Belushi keeps getting hit with balls, from baseballs to from the cat mowing the lawn over croquet balls. It's just like throughout the whole 30-minute comedy episode, Jim Belushi takes not Jim, his brother
James.
He takes I don't know, at least 5-6 hits to the head from croquet balls and baseballs. It's kind of fun.
Wow.
All right, sorry about that. Special events, Chuck Ritchie, save me.
It is Book Lovers Day. It's co-working day, so I guess love your book-loving coworkers. International Day of World's Indigenous People. It's Hand-Holding Day, Polka Day, and Rice Pudding Day. And in honor for Polka Day, we'll be running a 24-hour polka marathon right here on KCHW.
In our 20 genres of music, that's one we're luckily missing.
If you're out there and you want to host a show or be a DJ, we are looking for a polka hour, our weekly polka hour at KCHW.
Yeah. Maybe we could double up and get up to 22 different genres every week if we had somebody willing to do a bagpipe show.
Ooh, bagpipes would be cool, too. I'm actually in talks with somebody that wants to do a comedy show.
Oh,
like spoof songs.
We did that in the very
songs.
beginning.
Yeah.
So, very fun.
Yeah.
All right. Rice Pudding Day. I'm not feeling it.
No?
Not feeling it.
I like a good rice pudding.
Number of the day is 165, and that's the average amount in dollars paid each month in the U.S. Wow. You can $165 a month for a storage unit. You can rent a house for that price in Clayton.
You ever have a storage unit and then like 5 years later do the math and figure out that you spent way more money on your storage unit than the stuff inside is worth? Yeah.
I had them once try to talk me out of my giving up my storage unit, and they said, well, we were working up in the roof and we noticed there's nothing in your unit. And I said, you realize how hard it is to get a storage unit? I need it for 6 months out of the year for a car, but I can't let it go because I'll never find another one that'll fit my car.
Especially around here, storage space. Even with the new one that just opened up down the road, it's still hard to find a storage space here.
It's tough.
I will. I'm thinking of subleasing mine for double the rent.
Could you rent out your house as a storage unit while you're living in it?
I bet you, especially if you had a garage, I bet you could.
Maybe. I wouldn't trust it though. All right. I got some stuff to do today, Chuck. I'm going to roll out odd news a little bit early as we wrap things up.
All right.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange.
A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I'm your blood. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
I always kick off your odd news with the news attack, and that's the first sentence. That's a true story, and the second sentence, it's a bad joke. Chuck Ritchie gets to go first.
So new research has found the brain works better on 2 cups of hot chocolate per day. My brain does also prefer the little marshmallows, especially the little pink ones.
Oh. Yeah. And maybe that's why I feel so brilliant at Christmas and so lost in July.
That's exactly why, Scott. Drink more hot chocolate.
All right. 11,000 Americans turn 50 each day. No wonder the Chinese food lines keep getting longer.
But on the plus side, it's a good time to be in the Velcro sneaker business, Scott.
Yeah. I need a Velcro belt.
That Skechers stock going up every day.
Recent study found that the ideal length for a first date is between 1 and 2 hours. That's either dinner or a movie, or just dinner with me explaining the plot of a movie.
Sounds about right. A recent study found the ideal length of a first date is between 1 and 2 hours. Did you know this one?
I didn't.
Yeah, it's just enough time to realize she can do better.
Oh, that's horrible. Wow. Man. Mayor of Tampa helped reel in a bale of cocaine during a recent fishing trip in the Florida Keys. We'll have more on this in a moment. It's like a modern-day Disney movie, Finding Narcotics.
Wow. Another study found that you reduce your risk of heart attack by 10% by eating sardines and anchovies. Yeah. Turns out it also reduces your chance of a goodnight kiss by 90%.
Yuck.
Mm-hmm.
True, we don't add anything to these besides a audio drop from a movie or television show. First up, Texas. A lady in Texas attacked by a snake and sustained injuries by a hero hawk. Peggy Jones was mowing the grass on her property when a snake fell from the sky. That's right. Snakes are falling from the sky. The snake was gripping her arm and attacking her glasses. The hawk that dropped it swooped down to attack the snake, which resulted in injuries to her arm. When the attack happened, Jones said she went into survival mode. Ate both of them. No, just kidding. It became a full-on battle with Jones, the snake, and the hawk. Eventually, the hawk got the snake and carried it away. Jones looked at her arm, was covered in blood, and fortunately, the snake did not bite her.
Wow.
Doctors found punctures on her arm and severe bruising, because they have those water moccasins in Texas. Yeah. That'd be kind of scary.
I'm glad this one was on here because I saw it somewhere else, and I was going to try to drop this in here, but they did it for me. You did it for me, Scott.
And what I can't believe is all of our neighbors just sat back and watched, and they didn't really watch. They ran.
Run away!
Not good neighbors.
Well, luckily the guy across the street was already making popcorn, so he was ready. Huh? Yeah, that kind of happened to me once. I was working at the golf course, and a woman was actively being attacked by a deer. So I got on my golf cart and I drove around and started throwing plumbing parts and wrenches at the deer.
You hit the woman?
No. I got between the woman and the deer. But this deer was really, really upset. It was crazy. I didn't actually hit the deer. I just threw stuff in its direction and scared it off.
Yay, Chuck, you're a hero.
It took a while.
You're a hero. You're a real hero.
No, I was terrified.
Yeah, you're a hero. You're a real hero.
No, I'm not. I'm just a guy on a golf cart throwing a wrench.
All right. Let's see. I think it's your turn.
Yeah, a guy in Italy was arrested on suspicion of kidnapping his ex-girlfriend. The man pushed her into his car and took her to his home, where he made her iron and washed the dishes. Police arrived at his house. Wow.
I got so many for this one.
I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
Wow. This is the story he had afterwards.
I know that one day, Veronica and I are going to get married on top of a mountain. And there's going to be flutes playing and trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs. And we will dance till the sun rises. And then our children will form a family band. And we will tour the countryside, and you won't be invited.
No.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
Wow, the police did arrest him, though. They did catch up because a friend of hers tipped them off that she was being kidnapped. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's like extra information from Chuck.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Chuck, were you involved in this?
I was not. I just finished reading the sentence.
All right. On to the cocaine mayor. Like Cocaine Bear, get it?
Which cocaine mayor is this?
Yeah, Tampa Mayor Jane Castor was the city's police chief for 6 years, and she knows a bale of cocaine when she sees one. At least that's what they tell us. Mayor helped haul in cocaine worth about $1.1 million during a recent fishing trip in the Keys. She said she was fishing for spiny lobster and mahi-mahi with relatives when her brother spotted debris, and that she soon realized it was a bale of cocaine. The bale was starting to break open, revealing tightly wrapped packages inside, each marked with a butterfly logo. Right. Wow.
This is the same one from earlier, right?
This is what people had to say after it was all over with about the mayor.
Oh, Darla.
What's wrong with her?
She wouldn't stop shaking the bag. Poor Chuckles.
She's a fish killer.
Yup.
Sorry. I hear that makes the fishing good, though.
Quick trip back in and out.
They fight a little harder. They bite a little more aggressively. It's good for the bass.
All right.
Then in Italy, a 32-year-old man showed up at the police station and asked them to arrest him. He explained he was wanted by the cops in a nearby town, but that he didn't like the jail there. The cops checked out his claims, discovered he was in fact a fugitive, and took him off to their jail. This was on here the other day too, I think, Scott.
Oh,
or did this
a
happen
double
again?
shot! Wow. Huh. I wonder what sound effect I played then.
So, do I still have to go to jail?
Yeah. Short one here. Police in Manila arrested a man who got so mad when a taxi almost hit him that he exposed himself to the cab driver. Here's what onlookers had to say.
I've got images in my brain I'll never get out.
Never riding in that cab.
I'm so mad I could pull my pants down.
Happens to me all the time.
That's a weird reaction.
I'm feeling a little angry right now.
Oh, man. Did I do that one or did you do that one, Scott?
What?
I don't
the
know.
Cab driver wasn't me.
Okay. Your turn then.
How about California?
Yeah. Is that your turn or mine?
I think it's you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. A driver in California in Marin County was pulled over by an officer driving in the carpool lane with a mannequin in the back seat. The mannequin was dressed in dark tinted glasses, a goatee, and a straw lifeguard hat. The officer stated that something didn't look right, and then upon closer inspection, he realized the passenger in the back wasn't a passenger at all. It was a mannequin. The driver was issued a citation for driving in the carpool lane without a second passenger.
Oh, man. You know why, Chuck? You know why?
Why?
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
Exactly.
Sneaky little hobbitses.
Exactly.
Nobody likes the sneaky little hobbitses. Do you ever ride in the carpool lane and feel sorry for the people over there in the crowded lane all by themselves as you're passing them?
No, I usually just worry they're going to be able to tell my passenger blows up.
But it's different when it really is your girlfriend, right?
Yes. All right. Then you feel like, you're the boss.
That's right. Right.
Man in China was falsely arrested a second time after police mistakenly registered him as a fugitive in the national database and failed to correct up the mix-up. Wow. Most recently, the 50-year-old man was again traveling with his family when police arrested him. They arrested him an hour after they checked into their motel room. Local police later admitted to uploading the wrong photo in the database. Oh, man. This is what he had to say.
What a neat thing to happen to a nice guy like me.
Yeah. Strangely enough, he sounds like Frosty the Snowman.
Ironically, that was the excuse I used the second time I got kicked out of college. You got the wrong man. It wasn't me.
You got the wrong guy. That's not mine. That ain't my bag. All right. We missed a couple things this morning, and that was a look at the community calendar. Now today, between 3 and 5 at the library, you have in-person tech help. If you back up 9 to 11:30 this morning, free pickleball up at the golf course. Then on Friday, we have the farmers market, and Chuck is going to tell us what's going on at the Friday farmers market.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for, Scott. It's the Great Zucchini Regatta.
Yes.
This is the yearly zucchini boat race at the Tooele City Park for the Friday market. We're going to be there doing some broadcasting and entering in our own boat. Hopefully I can get some volunteers to work on the boat while I try to figure out how to do a live broadcast.
All right. And other than that, looking ahead to the weekend, right now I just see Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary doing a drive-through vaccination clinic between 10 and 12. More info on that, it is the cvasanctuary.org. All right. All right, keep track of them. There you go. That is our show for today. I leave you with these messages. Say goodbye, Chuck.
Goodbye, Chuck.
This concludes broadcast from World.
Oh, are you still there?
I am.
Oh, did I cut into that? I cut into that song a little early, didn't I?
That's all right.
I know sometimes you play it over the song and sometimes you don't, and I just wanted to play the song, Scott.
I wasn't going to play them out. I wasn't going to play anything over the music because you have to go right into a song.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold up. I got to stop our streaming.